Okay, so today we're diving deep into the wisdom of Sri Ravi Shankar.
All right.
And, you've given me a great collection of his quotes here.
Yes.
So we're going to explore them and see what they offer and hopefully, what resonates most with you, the listener.
Yeah, it's amazing how quotes can be like these little windows into a whole different way of thinking.
Yeah.
So I think, what we're going to do is we're going to look for the common threads in these quotes.
Okay.
Maybe some surprising turns, and then ultimately what these insights might mean for your life.
Perfect. Let's get started.
Hmm.
So this one really jumped out at me. If you can win over your mind, you can win over the whole world. I mean, that's pretty ambitious.
Right.
But I don't know. What does conquering the world even mean in this kind of context?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we're talking about, and taking over the world literally.
Right.
It's more about, this idea of self-mastery, right?
Yeah.
The power of the mind, recognizing that, and a lot of spiritual traditions, really, they emphasize this idea that mastering your mind is the key to everything.
Okay.
To happiness, to fulfillment.
I can see that. I mean, if we're constantly battling our own thoughts and
Right.
never at peace,
Yeah.
then how can we conquer anything, right?
Exactly. And that leads us to this other quote that I find fascinating. Joy is never tomorrow. It is always now.
Okay.
But then he also says your desire for pleasure or happiness makes you unhappy. So, I don't know, isn't that kind of a paradox?
It does feel like a paradox.
Right.
Because it's like, the more you chase happiness, the harder it is to get.
Yeah, you almost feel like it's always out of reach.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's the secret? How do we break free from that?
Yeah, I think, if we're talking about mastering the mind is like this, like winning over your inner world, then maybe being present right here, right now, that's maybe how we start to gain control. And, what Sri Ravi Shankar might be getting at is that joy isn't this destination.
Okay.
It's more of a state of being.
So it's not about chasing happiness, it's about being present.
I think so, yeah.
But how do we do that?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Right.
But here's what he says about that. If too many desires come in your mind, or too much restlessness and agitation, then food, atmosphere, and association have been the cause.
Hold on. So you're telling me what I eat, where I hang out, who I spend time with, that can all affect how much I desire things.
I think that's what this quote is implying.
Wow.
I mean, it's a pretty powerful idea.
It is.
If you think about it, it suggests that our environment, the people we're around, can fuel our desires. Or they can help us kind of find a sense of calm. So think about the information that you consume, the physical spaces that you inhabit, even the people you surround yourself with. Yeah. Do they bring you peace or do they stir up restlessness?
Okay, I think I see where this is going. So if I want to master my mind, be present, actually experience real joy, I need to be mindful of what I'm letting in.
Yeah. It's about creating the right conditions, right?
Exactly.
For that inner peace to kind of flourish.
Yeah. Now, this next quote really got me thinking. Love is not an emotion. It is your very existence. And then he also says, don't fall in love, rise in love.
Right.
It seems like he's hinting at something much deeper than just your typical romantic, fleeting feelings.
I think so, too. It's almost like he's saying love isn't so much about finding the right person. It's more about becoming the right person.
Right.
Becoming love itself.
Yes. Becoming love.
Yes.
And that connects to, all of his ideas about spiritual growth and rising above.
Absolutely. It's about elevating ourselves, right? And if love is our very essence, then maybe the journey is less about falling and more about rising.
Rising in love. I like that. I mean, it's a whole different way of looking at it. And it ties into the idea of conquering your inner world.
Yes.
Right. The more we cultivate love, the more we can overcome fear, negativity, all that.
Absolutely. It gives us the strength to face those challenges.
Exactly. And speaking of challenges, I mean, we can't talk about life without acknowledging that it's hard sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
Life is difficult, but that doesn't mean we should give up on things, he says. There's also hope and light at the end of the tunnel. All we have to do is to keep moving forward. I mean, that's a great reminder that, we need to be resilient.
Yeah, we've got to keep going.
Keep going, even when it's tough. And he also says, nothing stays forever. Good as well as bad times go away. Be happy.
I love that. It reminds me of the impermanence of everything.
Yeah.
If we can really grasp that, it can help us ride the waves of life a little better.
The highs and the lows.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it takes us back to being present.
Yeah, right. It does.
If we're so busy clinging to the good or trying to resist the bad,
Yeah.
we miss out on just like, what is
You're absolutely right.
right now?
Yeah, so much wisdom in that.
So to wrap up, I want to leave you with this. We should not exit from this world without finding out who we are and where we have come from. This is very important.
Powerful, isn't it? It's a reminder that life isn't just about, collecting experiences, but also about understanding ourselves,
Right.
our purpose, where we fit in.
It's a call to really go on a journey of self-discovery.
Yeah, and maybe that self-discovery is connected to all these other things we've been talking about. Mastering the mind, learning to be present, embracing love.
And ultimately finding joy, right?
Exactly.
Wow, what a deep dive this has been. We've gone from conquering the world to conquering our minds, from chasing happiness to cultivating presence, from falling in love to rising in love.
It's amazing how these quotes, they seem so simple on the surface.
Yeah.
But they really spark some deep thinking.
Yeah. I feel like the common thread here is this call to look inward, find strength within, and, approach life with both wisdom and joy.
Absolutely. It's a beautiful invitation.
It is. So I'd love to hear from you, the listener. What resonated most with you from Sri Ravi Shankar's words? And how are you going to apply these insights to your own life? Let us know.